Yes, it's visible.
Is it visible? Parveen Sultan?
Yes, sir. It is visible and the slides are also moving, sir. You can present, sir. Thank you.
So, my part of discussion relates with fact value dichotomy, and in, there is a part around logical methods, and highly this topic is related with metaphysical and philosophical oriented. So before I mm, go in depth into the topic, I just advise and recommend the researchers and faculty members to refer the book written by Bertrand Russell, The Story of Philosophy, and also refer the book written by Bill Duran. These works are highly celebrated philosophical works, and related with Bertrand Russell's work is not only a great scholar in philosophy, but also he has written a number of books related with mathematics, and he was
Sir,
awarded.
sorry to interrupt you, sir. Sir, you're not audible, sir.
Yes, madam, not audible.
How is this?
Yeah, now
Am I
it's okay,
audible?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
You're
I
audible.
think that is a technical problem. Here it is
Yes.
heavily raining.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So this is about a discussion related with the value factor dichotomy. Actually, the research, you may be, it is a well-known fact to all the researchers and faculty members that throughout the passage of different centuries, there is no vitality or proper place or appropriate place for value-oriented research. And when we categorize the different subjects of humanities and the natural sciences, physical sciences, chemical sciences, and computer sciences, nanosciences, artificial intelligence, and so on and so forth, the researches which are being carried out in different types of pure sciences and the natural sciences are not up to the standard, are not protecting this world society. And this is one of the hypotheses. Value-laden research, definitely, it will provide, it will create, it will generate ideal world society. And it is only because of the valueless researches which are being carried out in social sciences, humanities, and pure sciences, and engineering sciences, medical sciences, nanosciences, the world now has become valueless. So the problems which are prevailing in Gaza, say how much they are funding upon defense and military research. United States of America is spending around 800 to $1,000 billion every year for defense budgeting, for in order to equip themselves in terms of defense and the military weapons, arms and ammunitions and missiles, so on and so forth. And China is spending around 400 amount, that is 20 billion. It is because of misappropriation and also the they're all probably using the finance or pecuniary for the best purpose or value laden research is missing part in social sciences and natural sciences. And it is because of these
I think again problem.
Sir, he has been disconnected. Sir, unmute yourself, sir.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
is PPT visible?
No,
No,
sir.
no.
Sharing has been stopped, sir.
Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So this is about the value-based research and fact-oriented research. And another thesis or a hypothesis or observation I have framed for this topic is research hype has to be in institutions which gives funding for uh, type of
Not clear.
research.
Sir, voice is breaking, sir.
I think problem.
Here heavy rain, and that is what the
Yeah,
audible.
it's okay now.
So research hype in the sense, I can just go because in the first track. So research hype in the sense the for type of goods. For instance, we can say there are so many freedom fighters, particularly uh, the people who belongs to particular community or religion, and if they participate in the
Sorry, sir, not
government,
clear.
and I switch over to
I think,
mobile.
yeah, I think it's better. I think poor signal.
Please.
Uh, if you switch over, you cannot join. I think I have to left.
Am I audible?
No? It's clear
Yes,
now.
sir. Yes, sir, you
Audible,
are
audible.
audible.
Audible, na? Yeah, okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
Let me continue. Shall I continue?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please, I request Parveen Sultana, please just make it possible to picturize PPT. Because
Yes, sir.
I'm
I will
from
share
my
it, sir. I will
Yeah,
share
yeah,
it, sir.
you just kindly share it. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So right now myself, it's not possible for me to share the PPT. So let me
I'll-
continue.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
sir. I'll share it, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So the fourth hypothesis or observation is the quantification is considered as a research fallacy. Yes, let me wait.
Sir, whether it is visible, sir?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
good. That's good.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Shall I
Yes, sir.
continue?
Yes, sir. You can continue.
Thank you. So my another hypothesis is quantification that can be considered as a research fallacy, since all kinds of research are highly concerned upon the quantification or data oriented. See, it all started from 1960s. 1960s, it all started with David Easton, father of systems theory in political science. And there was skirmishes between the sciences or humanity subjects and the sciences which are present in the natural sciences and the pure sciences. And the subjects which are in the natural sciences and pure sciences, they used to demand that all the subjects which comes under the gamut of natural sciences and pure sciences, like physics, chemistry, botany, zoology, biochemistry, biotechnology, bioinformatics, and up to artificial intelligence or nanotechnology, and they are considered as to be supreme. And the subjects in social sciences like political science, public administration, sociology, history, economics, commerce, anthropology, and other subjects, they are substandard since they could not be considered as a science. And in this situation, let me explain that world-renowned definition for science is, it is a systematic study of a particular discipline. So if a subject has to be considered as a science, then there are so many criteria, the measurement criteria. And when we look upon those criteria, those are, there's observation, experimentation, universality or catholicity, and prediction, precision, accuracy. So these are all some of the criteria of a subject that has to be called as a science. And the subjects which are in the social sciences, they competed with the natural sciences and pure sciences, like artificial intelligence, bioinformatics, biotechnology, molecular biology, and other sciences. And see, by competing with these natural sciences, people and the scholars and a number of experts in the different subjects, they tried to make the social sciences as a pure sciences. And they identified to quantify the data. That is, the research is experimentation, observation, catholicity is also possible, not only possible in sciences like physics, chemistry, botany, and zoology, but it is also possible in social sciences. So, in political science and public administration, they had chosen the area of voting behavior. Okay, voting behavior in the sense why people cast their vote for a particular political party. And thus, we can search for the reasons for this voting procedure and the inclination towards a particular political party. And we can indulge in interweaving the response, and we can quantify the data, we can record the data, and after that, we can do analysis. And thus, we can get more number of inferences, and we could consider ourselves, that is, the subjects which are the social sciences, could also be considered on par with the supreme sciences like physics, chemistry, and botany, zoology. See, the quantification of sciences, which was prescribed by behavioralism, and father of behavioralism is David Easton. And after some years, there are so many researches were conducted on the basis of behavioralism. People in social sciences, they collected data, they quantified the data, and they analyzed the data, and they inferred. And there was an ideology or a practice which was established in the aftermath of the foundational behavioralism, that is called post-behavioralism. And post-behavioralism, it advised, it advocated, it suggested the budding scholars and researchers worldwide that quantification of data is useless. And how come you can quantify the data by analyzing human mind? Since the interview and collection of data, it indulges human minds. And how is it possible to identify and measure human values? See, for instance, we can say in science, physics, chemistry, or botany, or zoology, we can just measure the things, ounces or liters, or in terms of so many measuring instruments. Okay, but how is it possible to quantify, to measure human emotions, human attitudes, and how could you quantify the data related with the human opinion? And that is where the research fallacy. So human value is beyond the supremeness of natural and pure sciences. And this is what discussed by a great scholar known to be Putnam. And there is a research fallacy he could find out by quantification of the data related with human behavior and human opinion. And yet another one is colonial dependence. Colonial dependence in the sense, see, right now in India, the standard of social science research is known to be as substandard. See, we are sending the PhD dissertations to number of European and American countries, and we are waiting for the results from the foreign examiners. Still, we are having this type of a colonialistic and legacy is there. Colonialistic legacy in the sense, Indian constitution, it has borrowed different types of constitutional provisions from different types of system, like Britain administrative system, French administrative system, and the different types of European and American countries. But why in India, the PhD scholars and the researchers and faculty members, we are following, still now we are sending the dissertation to foreign countries. And we are making ourselves or suppressing our quality of research. And you see, any research from any institutions in India can we receive the PhD dissertation from different types of countries, European universities and American universities? Certainly it is not. Okay, so this substandard, it has to be, it is also, I had framed it as a hypothesis. And then comes the commercialization of research. It is also, there is no value in social sciences and natural sciences. See, for instance, a PhD scholar who tries to make a paper, publishing a paper, highly he is dependent upon Scopus and other indexed journals. And there is also provision for UGC CAT journals. But UGC CAT journals are there also collecting contribution charge or processing charge, which is running around thousands and thousands even lakhs. So this is also one among the indicator that the research is becoming more valueless. So these are all some of the hypotheses, thesis, and observations when we for the past 20 years I used to observe these kind of things. And coming to the introduction part, let me have my own time and introduction. And the first part of session, I can give a picture of introduction and related with the value fact theory. And the second part of discussion, it is related with Putnam's, the great scholar Putnam's suggestions, or otherwise the advocacy related with the value fact dichotomy. See, Greek legacy in research. Almost in this world, the research, when we scrutinize upon where the categorization of different types of subjects got originated, certainly it is Greece. The great scholars like Socrates, Aristotle, who has written books called Politics and Ethics, Pythagoras, the great mathematician, father of mathematics, Herodotus, father of history, and Hippocrates, a father of medicine. So these philosophers, they just made a great foundation in the categorization of different social sciences, physical sciences, and medicine sciences. And Aristotle used to say 3,300 years that if listening music or trend of music changed in a particular country, definitely there may be a change in the trend of culture. So he has correlated the cultural setup with the music. That is, he has given special emphasis upon value-oriented research. Although he is an idealist compared with, scientist. He is a political scientist when compared with Plato, who has written the books called Statesman, Republic, and Laws. So it has got originated in Greece, and definitely Greek legacy is there in almost all the research activities, research inferences, and research outcomes. Certainly, the research outcomes of these philosophers were discussed in Bill Durant and also Bertrand Russell. Right now, and what is the status of research in pure sciences in the contemporary era? I can give some two examples. See, as I said earlier in the preceding hours, that huge amount of funding is being wasted in defense-related research. And also, I just want to tell you an example that in artificial intelligence. See, artificial intelligence is a subject of a study which has curtailed the individual capacity and talent. See, any number of informations, if you want to do research as a budding researcher, you can get all kinds of information, the data from the artificial intelligence, and there is no role for human capacity and human talent. Human talent and human capacity could not be ascertained. And artificial intelligence, it has got more kind of informations, and it is very difficult for the scholars, and it is very difficult for the people who are at the supreme position to differentiate, and he is a scholar and he is a non-scholar, and the originality is a missing part. And that is what the sorry state of nature, the researchers which are being conducted in the pure sciences. And also the research in social sciences, the quantification of data, and that is a sorry state of affairs. And coming to value factor dichotomy, when we want to define about value factor dichotomy, value can be defined as ought to be. Ought to be in the sense what sort of the world is we are expecting. That is what ought to be, ideal world. For instance, we can say 1950s, 1940s, and 1930s, Mahatma Gandhi, and he has imagined of the free India, and that is what the value, what ought to be. But fact, how can you define a fact? Fact can be defined as, I quote, is, and I unquote. Is in the sense we were under the British Empire, and that is a fact. ought to be value in the sense after 5 years of fighting or 20 years or 30 years in the year 1947, and India, it was freed from the colonial yoke of British Empire, and 30-40 years number of freedom fighters, they sacrificed their own precious lives for the sake of freedom of India, and that is what value. And my point of view in this discussion, in this elaboration, so is that value laden research has to be heightened. And we can also categorize this value factor theory into two factors, that is subjectivity and objectivity. See, subjectivity related with values. Since if I speak about democracy, I can give thousands of definitions related with the democracy. But objectivity comes under the gamut of fact. Objectivity in the sense, two molecules of hydrogen and plus two molecules of oxygen leaves and it gives H2, and that is called objectivity. Water is colorless and odorless, and that is called objectivity. Objective in the sense there is no more elaboration, there is no more evaluation, and there is no more different types of definitions. Hydrogen can be called as hydrogen. Okay, whereas subjectivity, it indicates that democracy is a concept, is a practice, is a phenomenon. And the democracy has got a more number of thousands of definitions. And the rights, the concept of rights, it has got more number of definitions. Caste system, thousands of definitions. Religious system, thousands of definitions. And that is why it is called subjective. Religion, subjective. Caste system, subjective. Ethnicity, subjective. Love and affection, subjective. Democracy, subjective. Society, subjective. Idealness, subjective. Likewise, we can categorize values and facts on the basis of subjectivity and objectivity. See, the value factor dichotomy, how the skirmishes it has started. It all started with behavioralism, which was advocated by David Easton, father of systems theory. And he advocated that the subjects under social science can also be called, or it can be treated on par with the pure sciences by quantification of data, observation, experimentation, catalyticity, and so on and so forth. But after some 20 or 25 years, and scholars and exponents, they could found to their surprise that all PhD dissertations by quantification of data, they were put up in they were not at all used for practical purpose, and that is why there was a establishment and advent of post-behavioralism. So post-behavioralism is yet another ideology or practice or phenomenon which has emphasized for relevance and action. See, the social sciences, the subjects in social sciences, that is management, political science, public administration, sociology, social work, philosophy, theology, they should concentrate in analyzing the relevance of problems and issues. Caste system, it is a huge problem. Religious system, there is so many religious coordinators and violences which are happening. And the economical system, we have to find out, we have to carve out a good economical system, commercial system, and society. Ancient society differs from the primitive society, and the primitive society differs from medieval society, and medieval society differs from the modern society. So how come we can create, generate, or produce, or establish an ideal society in which people could get everything? Okay, and that is what emphasized by post-behaviors and relevance and action. From this only, post-behavioralism only, the value-laden research was emphasized. But there is a school called I would say that logical positivist school. Logical positivist school, they were highly against this post-behaviors. For instance, we can say Weber, Max Weber, and Hume, and David Easton, they were against the social sciences, and which could be compared on par with this natural science. And let me explain what facts are. Okay, the next slide. Facts. And what do you mean by facts? Let me explain that. Those things that are true of the world independently of what we happen to think or wish were true. Please switch to next slide. Parveen Sultana, next slide.
Madam, next slide.
So the
Yes,
world
sir,
is
yes, sir, yes, sir.
independent. Next slide. The fact. Yeah, fact. So this is a definition, worldwide definition, acclaimed definition for fact. Those things that are true of the world independently of what we happen to think or wish were there. If we think that this world should be like this, or otherwise it happened to be like this, and definitely it is not at all a botheration of that world. The world is independent. Okay, like the gender is not at all fixed in the womb of mother's stomach. We cannot fix our gender. Likewise, the world is highly independent, and it doesn't dependent upon, that is whether God created this world like this, like that, and definitely it is not at all. And also facts, in the sense, it is related with past facts. Okay, and it could also, we can also relate facts with the present facts and future facts. What would be the future of this world? Okay, likewise, the facts can be correlated. And facts can also be related with things. What are the things? Facts could also be related with the classes, different types of classes, upper classes, middle classes, and lower classes. Facts could also be related with the human society, the primitive human society, medieval society, and the futuristic society, how it could be. Okay, we can imagine. And likewise, Socrates and Plato has put more emphasis of what ought to be the society. And we can also relate it with the numbers. Numbers can also be considered as facts. Okay, and facts can also be defined as unknowable. Okay, it is known with some degree of probability, rather certainty, because the world is an evolutionary process. Before 40 or 50 years back, the computer is a big machine. Now everybody is having, every human is having their own computer in their hands, and that is called probability, rather certainty. Coming to value, faith can also make a claim about fact, because faith in the sense, if I belong to Zoroastrianism or Buddhism, it could be considered as fact, but not on the basis of scientific measures. Okay, see, hydrogen can be measured, oxygen can be measured, water can be measured. Okay, the steel can be weighed, but how could my faith could be measured? And that is where the fallacy resides in the values. And there is also another fact related with the psychological bias. Suppose in case if I belong to Republican Party, okay, Trump, he has won in the 47th, he has become 47th president of United States of America. In case if I belong to the Republican Party, and I may not be listening to speeches or whatever it may be the achievements of the Democratic Kamala Harris. Okay, this is called confirmation bias or psychological bias. Okay, maybe you can compare and contrast with the political parties, the inclination of a political parties of different types of individuals. Suppose in case if I belong to a particular political party in Tamil Nadu, and I may not be listening to other political party speeches. That is called confirmation bias and psychological bias, and that is a fallacy which is related to the fact. And one another scholar, Quire, and he has given a definition for fact that world of a fact identical to the world as it really is in itself. So the world, maybe 10 to 15% only, the inventionists and the discoverers, they identify flora and fauna, humankind, likewise. So the world is very, very large, even universe is very, very large, and we could not locate, we could not identify what the world, the nature is. Even Stephen Hawking's, he has given his own expressions related with cosmology. And facts, to put it in a nutshell, we can say it is discussed, it's elaborated in Will Durant's Story of Philosophy. Facts is to advance. Suppose in case 50 years back, computer was there, and now everybody has got their mobile. And facts can be captured. Okay, the photosynthesis and the process of photosynthesis, and it is the green leaves getting sunlight, and it can prepare its own food. Okay, likewise, we can locate the facts, that is science, and capture the territory. But values, we cannot say that it has got its own captured territory. And facts can be analytical. We can analyze. Okay, facts can be analyzed. The presidential system is that, and now India is having parliamentary system of government. We can analyze the facts. Okay, presidential system, it is having its own merits and demerits, and the parliamentary system is having its own pros and cons, like this. And facts are synthetic: thesis, antithesis, and synthesis, said by great philosopher, German philosopher Hegel. He says that each and every phenomenon, fact, and things uh, can be identified, measured on the basis of thesis, antithesis, synthesis. Suppose in case a caste system is there and opposite caste is there, and there is a clash between two caste system, and new caste will be formed. Likewise, ethnic communities, human beings, humankind, everything. Okay, synthetic fact we can identify in synthetic, and fact can be interpretative. Okay, interpretation, unbiased. Fact is unbiased, whereas values are biased. And we can observe the facts. Okay, we can observe the facts. We can observe the rocket technology. We can observe the space war. We can observe the spacecraft. We can observe the missiles targeting the enemy nations. And of course, facts are constructs, theoretical constructs, we can say. Okay, and also facts is related with knowledge, but values, we cannot say that it is knowledge. How come it is possible for a person to say that if a person is well versed with the Zoroastrianism or Judaism or Christianity, how could I say that I am very much knowledgeable in Christianity or Zoroastrianism or Judaism or Sikhism? But in case if you are inventing a machine, okay, if you are inventing an alternative for petrol or diesel, definitely we can consider ourselves as a knowledge. And coming to values, and how could we define values? Values are what determine our views about good or bad, right or wrong, or it should be done, it shouldn't be done. Likewise, adjectives. In grammatical way, we can say that adjectives. What is good for the society, and what is the good form of the constitution? What are the good indicators of the development for a particular country? Okay, if it is an advanced country like United States of America, and his economical condition is up to the mark, is up to the standard in United States of America, whether communism is good, whether capitalism is good, how much liberty we should give to the people, we should provide to the people, which one is the best form of the constitution. Likewise, the views related with the good aesthetic sense. Okay, likewise, we can give lots of examples. And of course, obviously, values are normative, norms oriented. In social sciences, we are having a type of research which is a normative or prescriptive research. In case if you want to do research upon Plato, we could not do the research in a scientific manner. We can do only research on Plato or Karl Marx, Das Kapital, or Aristotle's Politics and Ethics, or otherwise Hobbes' Leviathan, Locke, Two Treatises of Government, Rousseau's Social Contract. It is only on the basis of normative, and definitely it is not on the basis of scientific. And facts are unavoidable, and it is subjective, it is stand still, it is perplexing. See, I belong to Hindu religion. If somebody is saying that Christianity is good, and that is a confusion, there is a perplexion, it arises. And the values, we can also stamp it as criticize. We can criticize values. Which one is, because something which is good for me, it may not be good for others. So criticism, coordinate, and wisdom. See, facts related with knowledge, values related with wisdom. And Hume, another scholar, he says that in his book, a wonderful book, celebrated, highly celebrated by the Western and European scholars, Treatise of Human Nature, in which Hume has expressed his anguishness that there is a logical gap between facts and values. And this will be discussed in my succeeding time, if time permits. There is a logical gap between facts and values. Values are perceptions, values are expressions, and values related with emotions, and values related, it is an adjective part. Okay, it can't be compared with facts, because facts is a It is related to the logic, and logic can be defined as a specific reasoning. Okay, and how could it is possible for the people and the researchers to do specific reason upon values? And that is the question put forth by Hume. And Pythagoras, whereas Pythagoras, a great mathematician, father of mathematics from Greece, he used to say that he differed with Hume. Okay, long back, 2,300 years back, and he was telling that philosophy is the highest music. So music, it comes under the category of value, and philosophy is the highest music. And in the sense, he even gives more importance for philosophy, the subject which is beyond the supremeness of sciences. Physical sciences, chemical sciences, they are known to be as a supreme sciences, but philosophy is beyond that supremeness of natural science. And values are ethical. Ethical, there is a difference between ethical and moral, because ethical is related with the community and moral is individual. If I am good, if I am having a good habits, I maybe consider myself as a moral. Ethical is related with the society oriented and community oriented. There are social values, there are political values. See, values can also be categorized as a positive values and negative values. There are political values. Democracy is a political value. Rights are political value. Economical value, economical development of a particular nation, of an individual. These are known to be economical values. And the mixed economy, capitalistic economy, communist economy, individual values are there. There are so many ironies, and collective values are there. Socrates used to say that your value, the varied values among individuals, among the nations, and that is the cause for all kind of conflicts. Even in Clash of a Civilization, which was written by Samuel Huntington, he used to say that the different types of cultural setup, and definitely it will lead to all kinds of violences and problems. That is what said by, emphasized by Socrates before 2,300 years. Differences between values leads to conflict. And obviously, we can show that a number of values, social stability, slavery, caste system, religious system, fairness, power, wealth, honor, ecological stability, these are considered as values. Okay, and coming to value dichotomy, and as I said earlier, that the logical positivists, they used to say that in the 21st century, morals, ethics, values to be kept aside, or they are meaningless. Okay, they are meaningless. They are only expressions. Okay, beautification, aesthetics, or otherwise different types of emotions, feelings. Those are comes under the category of metaphysical entities. It is not subject to scientific analysis. Please change this slide. Value fact dichotomy. Please change this, Parveen Sultana, please change the slide.
Yes,
value
sir.
fact dichotomy. The next slide. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So values are feelings, emotions, and metaphysical entities, and it could not be subject to scientific analysis, because the values, for instance, the kindness or fairness, how could we scientifically analyze the goodness, kindness, fairness, or confidence or faith of a particular person? So if a particular factor, or if a particular thing cannot be scientifically analyzed, and how could we call it as science? And that is what argument put forth by logical positivists in the 20th century. It all, the struggles and skirmishes, it all started in the 18th century itself. So values were chosen, and they used to say they chided against values, and the facts could be called as truth, but values cannot be called as truth, because facts could be called as a truth derived from experience and observation. Values are meaningless or non-cognitive babbles. And even and another scholar, Iyer, he said that verification of meaningfulness of statement, values or expressions or of feelings or emotions. Okay, and we cannot just give a meaning for values, and values are not a determining factor to decide upon facts. And coming to my last part of the session, that is the vitality of value laden research. Next one, next slide, please. Vitality of value laden research. So the research nowadays in the 21st century, please
Yes, sir. Yes,
Change,
sir, I have-
change the slide. Change the slide.
Yes, sir, I have changed it.
Value-laden research, vitality of value-laden research.
Is that okay now, sir? Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, this is one.
Yes.
So there is a scholar known, Putnam's. Okay, his name is Putnam. And he has written a wonderful book called The Collapse of Fact-Value Dichotomy. Okay, and his special emphasis is for values. See, now the contemporary world society is facing all sorts of problems and issues, challenges. It is only because of not giving appropriate consideration or concern, utmost concern for the values in the social science and pure science research. This is what the hypothesis or thesis emphasized by Putnam. He says that facts, they are having their own domain, and values, it has got its own domain. But we could not separate values from the facts. See, how come it is possible for the humans, researchers who are doing research upon humans' minds, humans' endeavors, humans' behavior, humans' attitude, and how come it is possible without understanding the psychological inclination or psychological attitude or psychological impact of individuals? And that is what the healthy argument put forth by Putnam. Even he has derived from Socrates' definition that values are what we are, what our deepest convictions, and hold these convictions up to the searching test of reflective examinations. And philosophers used to say that the relevance of values cannot be avoided in scientific discourse. See, because obviously, what do you mean by science? The research is in science and what it aims for. The application of science is only fulfilling the aspirations and the needs and the demands of all the human community. See, the world comprises of 8 billion population. 8 billion population. Right now, we are speaking from the through online. See, for your kind information, I just wish to say that 50% of this entire world population, they don't have accessibility for internet facility. And we are enjoying with the WhatsApp facilities and internet facilities, Twitter, and so on and so forth. But in the 21st century, 2024, this November 18th, 50% of the world population, that is 8 billion population, they don't have accessibility of internet. Could you believe that? So what for science, what for researchers are being carried out in natural sciences, pure sciences? Okay, it is only for the fulfilling of the requirement of the human society. Any research should be, not only it should contribute to the intellectual tradition of a particular sciences, but it should also contribute for the development of the world society. And that is what so many philosophers, and they were of the opinion that relevance of values cannot be. Even Putnam says value fact dichotomy. Value fact dichotomy in the sense value should be separately seen and facts are different. Values are expression. That's all. Meaningless, non-verifiable. Okay. This value fact separation, division, categorization, dichotomy, definitely it serves no purpose at all. Even it serves as a discussion stopper. And also not only for discussion stopper, it will also stop your thoughts. In case if there is no value, if there are no values in the world society, think about human beings, definitely they will become barbarians. Okay, certainly values should be considered. Values should be given utmost concern even beyond sciences, surpassing the pure sciences. Values are deeply indulged in facts. Suppose in case a researcher wants to do research in artificial intelligence or nanosciences or otherwise genetical engineering or oceanography. See, certainly he will start with acquisition of facts, and that could be considered as knowledge. Knowledge is a value. So values are deeply indulged in facts. And the definition, even definition of a different kinds of facts needs a philosophical consideration. And another scholar says that every intellectual inquiry to be guided by different standards. And even the scientists, whenever they formulate different types of theories, they used to select a theory. And in that junction, in that context, the values are having their own place. Science without normative values will be hollow. So many scholars used to say that science without normative values will be hollow. Values are inherently embedded and implanted in facts. Poliani, another scholar, they said that there are no mere facts in science. See, for example, we can say, if there is considered, you just imagine there are no humans in this. And what is the use of facts? What is the use of facts? Even the facts were established, facts were generated, facts were produced by humans. And human beings, in the sense, human minds. Human minds, in the sense, it is an expression, it's a bundle of thoughts, and bundle of thoughts is nothing but values. And Putnam used to say that the knowledge of facts, if you want to invent anything, if you want to discover anything, it presupposes knowledge of values. What for ships are useful? What for flights are useful? Like Amartya Sen, former Nobel laureate, used to say that science without values would be worthless. So with this, I conclude my session. And what I'm trying to say is there must be universal standard of values, like universal declaration of human rights, universal declaration of human rights. And there are different types of organizations, or United Nations organization, United Nations specialized agencies are there. Every nation is having its own constitution. And the constitution is nothing but there is a stipulation of rules and regulations, code of conduct. And we are changing, we are making number of amendments on the basis of the demands and aspirations of the people, human community. Okay, likewise, research in the 21st century, it has become valueless. And that is why there are so many problems, skirmishes, struggles. See, right now, when we are in the online lecture, around 42 to 43,000 people were casualties. They were dead in Gaza. Okay, for the reasons unknown. Around 16 to 17,000 women and children who do not know even the meaning for crisis, or otherwise even spelling for the crisis, war, and the children. And that is what I'm putting emphasis that the researchers, they should frame, they should keep in front values whenever they want to do research. For example, commerce. In commerce department, if a budding researcher wants to do in commerce, and he should think about how to curb the barriers and the tariffs from between the different nations, because this is the area, this is an arena of liberalization, globalization, privatization. And a person who is doing research in economics, he should think about the essential commodities, that is, everybody should get everything, like a communism. And the people or the researchers who are doing research in political science and public administration, they should concentrate upon the effective functioning of democracy, because democracy, in essence, every 5 years, we are casting our vote, we are exercising our votes. That's all. And people are not participating in the decision-making process. And artificial intelligence, and the researchers, they are putting much fund in science, in advanced sciences, even millions and the trillions of amount were allotted for new cars, new watches, and new mobile technology. What is the use of that mobile technologies? See, the Western countries, they established and they invented mobiles. And now they are allotting billions and billions and billions of amount for curing the pain, neck pain, because we are using mobiles, and definitely it will enhance the neck pain. Okay, and now itself they are allotting more amount, billions of amount in order to cure the disease, neck disease. Okay, the back disease. Likewise, so value-oriented research is being emphasized, and the research forum, world researchers, they should carve out a universal research code for values before intervening in social science and pure science research activities. And I conclude my speech, and sorry, I feel very sorry that due to technical glitch, I could not properly address the gatherings. And I'm waiting for the discussion. Thank you, the organizers of Gobi Arts and Science College, and thank you, the principal secretary and my correspondent, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share some of my own views. Thank you, one and all. Best wishes.
Thank you so much, sir. In spite of all the technical clinches, today's resource person, Dr. K. Sendal Kumar sir, Associate Professor, Alagappa University, has given his best. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insight relating to value. Now we are in discussion session. The participants may put forth their questions or suggestions if they have any.
The online lectures, they are having its own limitations. The online lecture by using this laptop and mobile is having its own limitations.
Yes, yes, sir.
Budding researchers.
Participants or the research scholars who are there, you may put forth your questions or suggestions or feedbacks or anything.
Debates and
Everyone is
discussions are a
giving-
bedrock of democracy. In case if anybody asks me questions, because since it related with the philosophy and the metaphysics, and majority of the, I could observe that majority of the faculty members, they belong to computer sciences and natural sciences. And maybe this is an opportunity to share my own views about philosophical thoughts and ideas. And if time permits and if you get chance, I try to read at least one book because you can get more number of informations. Will Durant, The Story of Philosophy. That is the best book, and you could get in-depth understanding of how the sciences.
Sorry to interrupt you, Dr. Sendil Kumar.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I congratulate for your effective presentation. For young researchers, just suggest what are the funding agencies in social sciences?
Yeah, you try to follow Indian Council for Social Science Research. And this is for social sciences. ICMR is ICAR, the Indian Council for Agriculture Research is there. Indian Council Research is there. For social sciences, it is Indian Council for Social Science Research. And there is another organization, Indian Council for World Affairs is there. World Affairs, Indian Institute of Public Administration, and Indian Institute of Cultural Relations. So these organizations are giving enormous fund for the researchers, even those who are doing MA, post-graduation, and for those people, the funding agencies are there, and try to follow up with these institutes, and even for research publications and for going to foreign countries, there are so many chances. Funding, enormous amount of fund is allotted for those scholars and faculty members who wants to visit different countries.
Thank you, sir.
Participants are asked to turn on their cams for a group photo for today's session.
I have one small question, ma'am. This is Dr. Saira, ma'am.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Sir, good evening, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable insights. Everything. And um,
Sir, it's not audible for me, sir. It's not audible for me.
no, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Now it's audible.
Sir, thank you so much for your valuable insights into the theories and Putnam proportion and everything. And as you told rightly, like the factual things has to be taken for research, and as such, a lot of things are happening in the world. In management science, could we make that in like real world problems can be taken for research, and what are the different areas where we can go ahead, sir, for that?
Which subject, sir?
Management, sir, actually in management.
Yeah, management science. Yeah, management you can do for leadership,
Okay.
leadership studies, and even decision making, communication. Already, so many researches were conducted in the leadership studies, communication
Yes.
theory by Carl Dash and decision making theory. And Peter Drucker, he has discussed elaborately related with the management research. But as per my observation and reading, there should be more number of researches to be conducted under the area of leadership. Because in case if you're asking me that can you please cite any one major problem in the problems and the challenges which are being faced by the world community, I could say that the leadership, the crisis of leadership is there. Because everybody accepts the leader, even Rajaji, okay, Rajaji, when media persons were asking what is the major problem in India, and he was giving a fitting reply that India is having so many leaders, but not even a single statesman. And for that, the media persons were asking, what is the difference between leaders and the statesmen? Leader is a person, is the one who bothers about the next election, and a statesman is a person who bothers about next generation. So generation is very much important. And for that one, so many leaders, they sacrificed their own lives. Even Vavu Vivo Chidambaram Pillai, okay, is a well-known person, but the research, there is no appropriate or meaningful researches or significant researches being conducted in his personal. Okay, he's the best person who competed on par with the British Empire related with the shipping industry. So so we are all faculty members. Is it possible for the faculty members to start a shipping industry? Definitely it is not possible. But you see, in the initial part of the 20th century itself, and he has given a tough competition to British Empire. And the last days of VOC, it's a very tough time. And even he could not get a single square of meals in his last days. And that is what the situation and the status of the great statesman VOC. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
So shall I wind up? That is Sarva Kumar.
Yes, sir, yes.
Wait for vote of thanks, I think, madam.
Yeah,
Is
vote of
anybody-
No problem, no
thanks.
problem.
Yes,
Take
yes,
your
vote
own.
of thanks.
Take your
yes.
own time. Yes.
I would like to call upon Dr. G. Kavita, Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Chemistry, Gobi Arts and Science College, to propose the vote of thanks. Ma'am?
Good evening to all. Am I audible, ma'am?
Good evening, madam. Audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Deva.
I, on behalf of Research and Development Cell, hearty thanks to our management for their constant guidance and support. I would like to thank our beloved Principal Sir. He helped us obtaining the necessary administrative approval for organizing this faculty development program and supported in all possible manner. I wish to thank our respected Dean Sirs for their active participation in this occasion. I thank our coordinator, Research and Development Cell, Dr. G.T. Prabhavati ma'am, for their constant help and guidance that radiated a source of energy within us. I express our sincere thanks, gratitude to distinguished speaker, Dr. K. Sendil Kumar sir, Associate Professor of Politics and Public Administration, Alagappa University, Karaikudi, for his excellent presentation and making this event interesting, and meaningful to all the participants. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence, sir. I would like to thank all the faculty members and research scholars from various institutions who blessed us with their presence on this faculty development program. I thank organizing committee members for their valuable efforts on the great success of this program. Once again, I thank you all. Thank you.
എന്റെ മൈറ്റ് മ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ ദേവ പറയുക.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Before leaving, I would like to ask all the participants to switch on their cam and mute their mic so that we will have a group photo.
Shall I wind up?
Yes. For a group photo, sir.
We have to
Dr.
take
Parveen, shall I
screenshot.
wind up?
Sir, yes, sir. Sir,
have to
before
take
leaving, we will
screenshot.
have one group photo, sir. Yeah, someone will be taking screenshots, sir.
Okay, okay.
Saravanan will be
on.
taking.
Switch
Sir,
on
switch
video.
on your
No problem.
cameras, please. Participants are requested to switch on
The
the cameras.
ഈ ക്യാമറ എവിടെ നിന്ന് ചെയ്തത് നമുക്കറിയത്തില്ല, ആര് പറഞ്ഞു?
Saravanan, sir, is it okay?
Yes, ma'am, it's okay.
Okay. Shall we wind up the session?
Yes, ma'am,
And the
Yes.
feedback link is asking some permission, ma'am.
For the feedback link?
Yeah.
Yeah, the feedback link will be shared in
It has been
So,
shared. It's
and
asking
here in
permission.
Zoom meeting also. Oh, it is asking for the permission.
Yeah.
Let me-
Yes. Not working, madam. Feedback link is not working.
Not working. Okay, let us see. Let us.
It is asking for permission, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Saravanan?
Yeah,
Are
yes,
you-
ma'am. I will check and
Yeah,
I will send to the link in the WhatsApp.
yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Today's whole session will be has been recorded. That will be shared in the WhatsApp group. Those who missed, you can have you can go through it in the WhatsApp group, and the link will also be shared in the WhatsApp group.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all for your valuable presence. End is neither an end; it's a beginning.
Thank you, ma'am.
Going on with all the wisdom that experience
you.
can instill in us. My heartfelt thanks to all the teaching fraternity for the good start and active participation. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Unmute ആവുന്നില്ല അത്.
Thank you, ma'am.
ma'am.
ഇത് thank you. ഇത് unmute ആക്കാൻ പറ്റും.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
എവിടുന്നാ ക്യാമറ ഇതാണ്. ആണോ? പറയൂ.
Shall we leave this meeting, ma'am? The feedback will be shared in WhatsApp or on.
Yeah, you can leave. You can leave. The
Okay.
feedback link will be shared in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome.
And even the
It's a hangover. It's a moment. It's a ഒരു വട്ടം ഞെക്കുമ്പോ ആവത്തില്ല
നിർത്തട്ടെ. തന്നെ നിർത്താം.
തന്നെ ആയിക്കോളും നിൽക്കുന്നില്ല.
Anh em ngủ mấy?